think we are really entering car season right now here in the Valley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And we have a gorgeous display here in our parking lot of an event this weekend.
Come on over here, Rebecca.
Pretty cool.
How you doing? Rebecca Newen. So your event is called the Future Classic Car Show. We've got Barrett Jackson and all these other car auctions going on, and those are generally classic cars, and these are the future classics. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're highlighting cars from 1975 or newer that we kind of feel that could be the next classic or collectible car that can hit the auction block or even be listed on our website, which is one of the largest online collector and classic car marketplaces.
Yeah, because they don't all have to be like 1950s or 60s cars, right?
Absolutely not. So tell us about this one right here.
So this is my 2003 Subaru WRX. I've actually have had it since I was 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I actually learned how to drive on it and everything. So a lot of sentimental value, which transcends with all of these cars here as well.
There's a lot of partying that went on in that car.
Hey, hold on.
Well, we don't need to talk about that. So
stay classified.
This is one of my favorites because if you take a look at the steering wheel, it's on the other side.
Right,
and drives the car,
All right, we have the owner right over here. Introduce yourself and tell us about your car. Now, it was illegal to bring this car in until just recently, right?
Yeah, my name's Randy, and this is my 93 Nissan Skyline. They were never produced in the United States, and you had to wait 25 years in order to import them in. There's a law with importation. So
what makes this car special?
It's one of the classic racing cars from Japan that everyone always wanted, and it's a inline six, 300 horsepower.
Ooh, 300 horsepower in a car this size is a lot.
Yeah, and it's rear-wheel drive. It's a whole lot of fun, and I really, really enjoy having it so far. I've only had it for a few months.
Thanks for bringing it down. I appreciate it. All right, now we're going to this Acura.
Hey there.
How are you?
Yeah, thanks. My name's Tyson, and I have about half the horsepower he does. So,
Really? Yeah.
But I don't need that many. It's my 92 Integra GSR. This is a rare 2-year-only color called Aztec Green, very 1990s.
Yeah, I like the look for sure.
Yeah, it's got 251,000 miles on it and still runs good. So, yeah.
What oil are you using in that thing?
5W30 conventional.
Oh, no synthetic. Huh?
No.
Oh, good. Look at you. And I see there's something foreign kind of in the middle there that you have to grab with your hand to maneuver the gears around.
Manual transmission, which you don't see very often.
Yeah. Let's look in here and see. Yeah, it's a manual trans. Look at that. And so that means there's a clutch, a thing called a clutch down there.
And my cassette tape adapter. Let's not forget about that. Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that down.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now let's move down to something called Japanese muscle. Here, you take over.
Yeah, speaking of bringing in that other vehicle from Japan, this is really cool. And look at these wheels. Good morning to you. What's your name?
My name is John Darling.
Yeah, John, thanks for bringing your vehicle down. Tell us about it.
It's a 2004 Subaru STI. I've had it for about 10 years or so. I bought it bone stock back in the day, and it was a daily driven car, and since kind of became a hobby and a project.
So this whole project, if you take a look at the engine, did you do all this work yourself?
Not just myself. Some of the polishing work and ideas and everything came together with the help of many others. Subi Works and a friend of mine, Clark Turner, does some tuning on the motor.
Yeah, that's a lot of work to be done. I watch these guys on YouTube, and they kind of open up the entire front end. This is hard stuff.
Yeah.
Well done. Look at
it's a lot to keep clean. But
Troy's gonna shine it up for you. Thank you so much for coming in. This car, the next one, the Celica is so impressive, and you got some nice seats in here too.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's your name?
John Garza.
John, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about your vehicle.
This is my 1977 Toyota Celica. I did a full restoration on it, finished it about 3 years ago. Did an engine swap on it as well. It's got a straight 6 now out of a Supra.
Okay. And you redid the seats and the whole nine and
Yeah, it was down to just a rolling shell at one point.
You know, one thing, if you come on with me to the back as we move along.
Cars back in the day. Remember the Toyota Celicas? I mean, I remember in the 80s thinking, oh, I'd love to have a Celica someday.
Look how cute this trunk is. I don't think my baby stroller would have fit in this thing, but it's really sweet.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had it since high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
All the memories, right?
Exactly.
And then finally, I was saying I got a massive ticket with a buddy of mine in a car just like this, but it was a 5.0, and this is the 2.3, and you said this is even faster than the 5.0 Mustang.
Yeah, so this is a 1986 SVO. It's a 2.3 turbo, and they made about 250 horse, roughly, back in the day, which was more power than the V8s at the time. It came factory five-lug wheels with disc brake, which was the first ever Mustang to have that. It's a 5-speed, and it's a blast to drive. It has 33,000 miles on it.
Original?
Yeah, documented. Yeah.
Really?
So
that's crazy. And you know what's fun about all these cars is they at one time they were kind of like everyman cars, maybe except for this one. I haven't seen this one, but you know, people were driving these around, and you're right, they're future classics. You know, I had a buddy who had like a 78 what was that, Trans Am. We want the big ugly eagle on the thing. And I remember it was always kind of wrecked, and he was getting ready to sell it, and we sold it to a guy, and we're like, why do you want to buy this? He goes, hey, take my word for it. Someday this is going to be a classic. You know?
Here we are. All right, check out the event on Sunday, guys. Beautiful vehicle.
Quarter, and it is free to attend. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.